Hey, Grace Church family, it's Pastor Jay here, of course. Just wanted to talk with you a few minutes about being locked down. I know it's a little crazy. It's getting to be a little bit long, but I just wanted to reach out to you and encourage you today. Just be a blessing to you, encourage you, let you know about the things that are going on here at the church. Definitely, thank you for participating with us through our studio services or online services. We had our first one on Sunday, and I was just blessed beyond measure the amount of people from our church family that connected and watched that. And I want to thank our worship team for their hard work and just giving a sense of normalcy. And I want to thank you for watching. And also, we recreated that on Wednesday. And we just want to be an encouragement to you over these next couple weeks of being locked down. And, just having that touch of some exciting, encouraging worship music, an encouraging Bible message. I think that's a great thing, and it helps me to share with you. A couple things that I want to encourage you about this Sunday. We're going to talk about keeping sane in the coronavirus lockdown. I don't know about you, but if you watch that movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, where he's alone on that desert island, and he finds his volleyball with the handprint of blood on it, and he names it Wilson. Remember Wilson? Well, really, people are gonna have the early stages of that. You're locked down. You're with your family. You're not able to interact too much, and there is a toll. There is a psychological toll. And so I'm going to talk to you Sunday, encourage you and lift you up, and just how to work through that. It's not to escape from that, but how to work through that from the Word of God. And so, keeping sane in the quarantine time, I think will be a timely message on Sunday. We're working on getting some technology where, and setting up, Lord willing, on Sunday we'll be able to broadcast not just on Facebook Live, but also through YouTube Live. And so I'll send you both of those links. And if you don't have Facebook, then you'll be able to watch the YouTube Live. And hopefully that'll expand our reach a little bit. I would encourage you just to realize that you are, in a way, every single person is going through the stages of grief. I know that when we hear that, we usually think of when a person passes away. But anytime that we lose something that we're familiar with, we go through that. And that first stage is denial, kind of like, oh, this coronavirus ain't gonna affect me at all, I'll be fine. And the second one is anger, where you just kind of get frustrated. Why I get frustrated that I can't do what I normally do, and can't go to work, and can't there's a frustration that builds up. I believe the third stage is just bargaining, where that way that works is kind of like preparing, or hey, I can beat this, or I can do certain things to keep myself from getting sick, or I can do some things to keep myself from losing my job or experiencing discomfort from all this. And a lot of people are maybe in that stage. There's a fourth stage called depression, where you're just sad, and you just kind of are down and discouraged. And what happens is those steps are kind of how God created human beings to process grief, process loss, process change. And so there's that denial stage, there's that anger stage, there's that kind of bargaining and trying to work it out type stage. Then there's the little bit of a depression stage, a sad stage. But I'm thankful that God created our minds with the fifth stage, which is acceptance. And you just are kind of like, this is the new reality, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to thrive through it. And so you may be experiencing one of those stages. It's okay. It's okay to go through those. It's okay to be a little sad. It's okay to be discouraged. It's okay to kind of try to get it all in order. Try to fix the whole situation around you. Walk around in a hazmat suit. That's kind of like the bargaining stage. It's okay to be a little frustrated. It's okay to kind of be like, it's not a problem. But it's just a process that God brings us through. It doesn't always happen sequentially. Sometimes you hop around, but eventually you come out of it, and eventually you accept it. And then there's actually a new stage called they've just kind of discovered called meaning, and you find meaning in all this. And I think that we're going to find meaning in all of this. I read an article today from the Wall Street Journal where they were talking about how for many decades Americans have kind of controlled nature, where you don't really die from sicknesses very much, and we kind of have a good handle on things. And when we control nature, and they use the description, we have chained the beast, then people kind of forget that they need God. And they just kind of, God becomes irrelevant, because life and death is something that, it's not really something that we face every day. Well, the statement is that the monster of nature got off the chain. And in that, we realize the new realization in our culture that God is in control and God is sovereign. And one of the things in this Wall Street Journal article, they were saying that there's an expectation of a great revival in America. Like after World War II, after men faced death and just stared it in the face, and we saw so much suffering around the world. You had those revivals with like Billy Graham and people like that all through the 50s, where people got saved and their lives got changed. And so one of these blessings and some of the meaning maybe through this is that people are humbled. We as believers need to be humbled and pray. But I think that people around the world are being humbled, realizing that they cannot control things, and that life and death is very real, and we need to prepare to meet God. And so just be aware of the opportunities that we are going to have come our way. Right now we're trying to just kind of survive the storm, and what's going to happen is the seasons will change to where I think there's going to be a great harvest. And so I want to encourage you today to realize that God is in control. You're going to be going through a grieving process. We're going to help kind of talk about that a little bit on Sunday, and also some other ways, just your homeschooling, you're working from home. There's just a lot of challenges right now. But we're going to encourage you and point you to the Word of God on how to stay sane through all this. So I'm encouraged with that. If you missed the message, you got to go find yourself a volleyball and name it Wilson. All right. So, but I just want to be a blessing to you, and I know that we're going to make our way through it. I love you very much. It's kind of weird not seeing the church family together, but there will be a day, and I believe it'll be sooner than later, that we'll be able to all meet again together. So God bless you, love you dearly, and have an awesome day.